We are live at Kenmen's Media TV, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's on a Saturday, the 16th of January, year 2021, and as we were saying yesterday, the days are going so fast, and maybe within the next 15 days, we will be coming to the end of this month, the month of January. And the whole of this week, we've been talking about the topic of happiness, and our main aim has always been one to cement this year to be the greatest year for all of us. And there are so many messages that maybe we received at the beginning of this year. So many people telling us to have a new year. They wish us a happy new year and a prosperous new year. And we dedicated ourselves, we as Ken Benz Media TV, to make sure that we are going to help you maybe to have a good foundation for this year, the year 2021, so that maybe the memories that are there for the year 2020, year 2020 will will be forgotten, and we will have maybe a new page for all of us to write, and we will be happy. And for the last maybe 3 days, we've been talking about happiness, so much that we have talked about happiness. And yesterday we were talking about happiness, the first thing that we can do in order for us to be happy. And we said that happiness is a way of thinking. That's what we said yesterday. And I told you that regardless of maybe whatever might be happening in your life, you still can challenge yourself, and you can still be able to maybe make a decision for you to be happy regardless of what is happening in your life. And I give some example of people maybe who are in bad situations that most people never thought that maybe they would be happy because of what was happening in their lives. But in the midst of their catastrophe, they still found a reason to be happy. And so we will be continuing with that session today of how we can be happy. I told you we are basing our topics and our session on this book by Dale Carnegie, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. It's a book that I told you was written so many years ago, but it's a good read, by the way. If you grab a copy of this book and you read it to the end, you'll be able to understand that there are so many people who went through bad situations in their life, and when in the midst of what they were going through, they still found a reason for them to be happy. So yesterday we were talking about how to be happy, and then the first thing that we talked about yesterday was that happiness is a way of thinking. That if we dedicate ourselves or we decide ourselves that we are going to think about happiness, then there's a very big possibility that we are going to be happy because of the decision that we have made. That we have decided now that we are going to preoccupy our mind with the things that are going to make us happy, with the things that are going to enlighten our lives, with the things that are going maybe to change our attitude towards what we see and what we are going through. And today, within the shortest time possible, I want us to talk about the second thing that maybe we can use to help us be able to get the happiness that we want. And the second thing that was written by Dale Carnegie, it's in chapter number 15. It's in chapter number 15. He said that if you do this, you'll never worry about ingratitude. And Dale Carnegie was talking about people who always seek for gratitude and for people who always wish that they are being gratified. In short, or in other terms, we can say that these are people who always wish or who always want to be told thank you, or to be maybe to be gratified because of what they have done to other people. And if you look at the psychology of most people, and even our culture, and even how maybe we have been taught maybe by the system, or even by our education, or even by our parents when we were young, we were taught that the best thing that we can maybe expect when we do something to someone is at least to be told thank you, or even something, or even to be given a present after we have done something to someone else. That is exactly how we have been cultured to believe. But the reality is that so many people are never eager to say thank you to you. And I know that most of you, if you can look back, you'll understand that there's someone who was in need somewhere, and you did something to him or to her, and for you, you thought that they would say thank you to you, but they never said thank you. and they just left without even saying thank you. And Dale Carnegie has given us some examples, some example of a lady who had invested the money from the company, and she had invested that money in buying of shares, the money from the company where she was employed. And when she invested that money, she was on the verge of losing everything that she had invested in shares. But there is someone who came and rescued that money that she had invested, and she did not lose the money, and she was able now to save her job and even to return the money that she had invested on behalf of the company without the company knowing, and she was able now to return the money. And this guy who had helped this lady to maybe to save that money from from losing that money, he wanted, or he was waiting for this lady maybe to come and say thank you very much for what you have done to me and for saving my job. But the reality is that guy never came back. That girl never came back, and she just left. And this guy was there waiting to be gratified. And this is exactly what happens. There are so many things that you have done to someone, and after you have done it, maybe you thought that they will say thank you to you, or they will come back and give you something back because maybe you felt that what you had done to them, it's a favor that you had done to them. But in most cases, most people do not come back to say thank you. And Dale Carnegie is also giving us a very good example that we all know. The example in the Bible, maybe in Luke chapter number 17, but from verse 11 maybe to going down to verse number 19. And the Dale Carnegie is giving us this example, and it's an example that we all know. And these were 10 lepers that were healed by Jesus. And Jesus Christ met them somewhere, and they begged Jesus Christ to at least heal them because they were suffering from leps, they were suffering from leprosy. And what happened is that when they were all healed, and they were told now to go and present themselves to the to Moses, and they were told now to go and do what Moses had ordered them to go and present themselves to the priest, so that the priest can ascertain that they were healed. The Bible tells us that it's only one of them who came back to Jesus to say thank you for him making them to be healed from the leprosy that they were suffering from. And then Carnegie is asking the same question I want to ask you. If out of 10 lepers who were healed by Jesus Christ, only one of them, just one of them, who came back to Jesus to say thank you, then why do we always think that that after giving people some favor, then they are going to come back to us and say thank you? It is not possible. There's no way that we can get more share than what Jesus Christ got. Only one person among the 10, only one person went back to Jesus to say thank you for healing me leprosy. And it is good for us to be able to understand that when we wait for gratitude so much, when we wait for people to come back to us and say thank you, most probably they will never come to say thank you. And we have seen it again and again in our life. There are so many people that we have done so good things to them, but they never come to say thank you. And Dale Carnegie is telling us this, that if we live our lives waiting for other people to come and say thank you to us, there's a possibility that they will never come back. And because they are not going to come back to say thank you to us, then there's a possibility that we will never be happy, especially the time that we see them or the time that we meet them. Every time that you meet them, you'll be realizing that I did this and this to so and so, but they never even said thank you. They never even brought any present to me for what I did to them. There's a story that is given by Dale Carnegie that I was talking about yesterday, about a CEO who had a company and who had employees. And in one of the Decembers, as they were closing the year, he gave a token to every employee. All the employees were given the token. The token maybe to go and maybe have some shopping above the salary that they were being paid. And come January, there is no one, there's no single employee who went back to the employer to go and say thank you, maybe for the token that they were given. Remember, this token was not part of their salary, and when they were signing the the contract that they were signing to work for this guy, there was no clause on that form that they were to be given this token. But now they have been given a token that they never expected, that maybe they had not earned for it, and they have gone home. And in January, they have not gone back to say thank you to the employer for giving them what he had given them. And the whole of that year, the manager spent a whole year just waiting for them to come back. And he was bitter inside, and he was saying that these people are very ingratitude. They're very ingratitude. They do not know how to say thank you. They do not even cannot come back to say thank you to me for what I did to them. The whole year, the guy spent the whole year waiting for them. And this is exactly what happens to us. The moment we start waiting for other people to come back to say thank you for us because of the favor that we have given to them, there's a possibility that we will keep waiting for them to come back, and maybe they will never come back. So the best thing, as it is being suggested by Dale Carnegie, Dale Carnegie is suggesting that we should not wait for people to come and say thank you to us. And what we should do, we should be giving whatever that we are giving to our friends and to everyone else as a part of the joy that you once get when he gives. There's always that joy that you get when you give something. I can assure you that there is no one who has ever given something to someone and has not been able to maybe feel the happiness that comes with giving. And giving comes with that happiness, that the joy of giving. And he is saying that when we are giving whatever that we are giving to people, we should give them for the joy of giving, but not waiting for them to come and say thank you to us. Because the moment we start waiting for them to come and say thank you to us, then there is a very big possibility that they will never come to say thank you to us. If only one person, can imagine, only just one out of 10 came back to Jesus to tell him, thank you for healing me leprosy. And Jesus is asking his disciples, where are the other 9? If you read in that verse I've given you, you see Jesus is asking, among all of them, there's only one who has come back. Where are the other 9? The other 9, maybe they felt that it was their favor to be healed. The other 9 maybe felt that God has healed so many, Jesus has healed so many, so even us we deserve to be healed. But the fact remains, they all never deserved to be healed. The fact remains, the people or the employees that were given the tokens that they were given, they never deserved those tokens. But they were given those tokens, but they never went back to say thank you to their employee. So for us to be happy, we should not be waiting for gratitude. For us to be happy, let us forget about the things that maybe we have done to others, and let us be giving other people things just for the joy of just being there. We wish you all the best as maybe you plan on what maybe to give next to other person, but don't wait for that gratitude. When you keep waiting, I'm telling you, you'll never be happy. And if you want to be happy, give for the joy of giving and never wait to be gratified. Thank you very much for watching Ken Ben's Media TV. We will continue with this discussion on Monday, exactly at 4 p.m. That is the time that we always meet, at exactly 4 p.m. That is always when we meet. Thank you very much, Wallen. I can see you. Diana, I can see you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching Ken Ben's Media TV. Maybe you can also comment, you can also like our page, and you can also go to our YouTube channel at Ken Ben's Media TV. Go and watch all the other videos maybe you have not been able to watch. And we wish you all the best as we plan on how to be happy come year 2021. Thank you very much, and God bless.